Okay, cool. There we go. Awesome. Hey guys, what's up? It's Biscuit Boo Horror Reviews. I'm here to finish off what I left unfinished last time. So I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna talk about my favorite first time watches for the rest of the year. Starting with Story of a Junkie from 1985. This is a documentary style drama film, essentially about a young heroin addict in New York City. Um, it's a documentary style film, like I've said, and it's a very convincingly made one. Very harrowing film, very good film, surprisingly good by trauma standards. Not too much to say about this one, honestly. Just a very good film, of 4 out of 5 on this one. Um, Up next, we got The Outwaters from 2022, which I guess technically released in theaters in 2023. But this is a found footage um, cosmic horror film, essentially about these people going out to the desert to shoot a music video, and then some cosmic horror shit happens, and the guy who is directing the music video just kind of continually um, keeps you know um, re uh, fucking keeps recording, despite things getting worse and worse for him. It's a very weird one. It's kind of, when you think about it too hard, it doesn't make much sense. Um, and there's a score over the entire film, which doesn't make sense because it's a found footage movie. But like, other than those few things, I personally quite like this one. I would mainly recommend this to people who liked stuff like Skinamarink and Ennis Men and Mad God. Not a bad one though, by any means. Up next, we got Heck. Speaking of Skinamarink, this is the prototype short film of Skinamarink. A little kid wakes up in the middle of the night to the sound of his mother's television blaring. This is a pretty nightmarish little short that Kyle Edward Ball did before Skinamarink. I don't really have too much to say about it. If you like Skinamarink, see it. Off season 2021. I heard about this when it came out, and I heard people say like this was really awful. And honestly, this really wasn't that bad. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like if you've seen um any other adaptation of Shadow over Innsmouth, basically, you've seen this movie. If you've seen Messiah of Evil, you've seen this movie. Um, if you've seen Dagon, you've seen this movie. That being said, this is still, honestly, in my opinion, a pretty solid and kind of creepy cosmic horror film, just about a woman returning to her home where she left when she was very young to visit her mother's grave, and some stuff, mysterious things start happening on the island. Uh, this one's like a 3.5. Um, we got Red, White, and Blue. This one is a 2010 revenge thriller, um, essentially about a sexually promiscuous woman who attracts the attention of an emotionally fragile musician who is caring for his uh, mother who has cancer, and a former army interrogator who is like psychotic and used to torture animals as a child and shit like that. Very harrowing, disturbing revenge film. um Definitely um not what I was expecting. um you know Proto misery porn stuff right here, from 2010. This is from about like almost 15 years ago. We got Bug, William Friedkin, his final horror effort, essentially about two people in a motel in the desert, um, who start to form a very unusual relationship. The guy starts to believe there are bugs living inside of his skin, and things just kind of go downhill from there. Very creepy, uncomfortable, paranoid, um, delusional kind of horror, psychological horror kind of romance film, um, kind of offbeat romance, kind of failed, doomed romance, I guess one could say, maybe, perhaps, I don't know. Um, Bug, though, from 2006, I really like this one. Rest in peace to my man, William Friedkin. Uh, we've got Night of the Howling Beast, also known as what is this also known as? The Werewolf and the Yeti, I think. This is the Paul Naschy werewolf movie where he fights a Yeti. There's this one's on the Video Nasties list. This one's got like flesh-eating cannibal imps and like imp women, and it's also got like some a scene with some skinning. Like I said, it's got a Yeti in it, which is kind of cool. Got Paul Naschy as a werewolf. What more can you really ask for from a movie called Night of the Howling Beast? The Psychic from 1977 from Lucio Fulci. This is just a film about a woman with psychic powers having a vision of a murder that takes place in a house owned by her husband. This is a very interesting sort of uh, kind of, you know, I, almost giallo in a way. Um, but it kind of isn't. It's kind of hard to explain. This is a really good one though. If you like Lucio Fulci, if you like Italian horror, if you like giallos, this is like cream of the crop shit right here. Satan's Cheerleaders, um, from '77. This is like a really good one. It's got Yvonne DiCarlo from the Munsters in it, and it's basically just about a group of high school cheerleaders who encounter a coven of Satanists, um, and yeah, stuff happens. It's kind of what you expect from a movie called Satan's Cheerleaders, and I absolutely adored every second of it. Lizard in a Woman's Skin, another Fulci giallo. This is another one I don't kind of really want to say too much about it, also because I kind of don't remember much about it. I just remember thinking it was a very, very good sort of, you know, uh, like psychosexual kind of like sort of disturbing, um, sort of murder mystery giallo type film. Some of these I'm really fucking hazy on. I'll be straight with you guys. It's been a while. The Incredible Shrinking Man. This one's really great. We're going into this, with a movie like this that looks like this, you expect like a campy movie, and it is campy, but it's also like kind of harrowing in like how real it is and how unafraid it is to kind of go um existential places with its context, with its characters, with its situation. um Good stuff, great stuff overall. I read the novel that this is based on, and it's also very interesting. It has a couple parts that I'm not a big on, but like other than that, it's a really interesting read. We've got Sorority Slaughter from '94. This is a wave produced slasher about three sorority girls who play a prank on their creepy neighbor. He ends up dead. He comes back from the dead, wants to sacrifice them to a to an ancient goddess, um, and to an evil, like god, and in order to get black magic powers, shit like that. Good shit overall. Manitou. I don't even want to say too much about this. This is a one that's about a woman who has a lump growing on her neck that turns out this to actually be uh, a fetus tumor baby that's actually a reincarnation of a 400-year-old Native American demon. Um, Absolutely insane shit. It goes off the rails in the final act. Really, really great stuff. Adore it. Um, Up next, we got Deadly Friend from Wes Craven. This is a film that Craven made, and he wanted it to just be kind of like a weird, like science fiction romance movie. And then the studio was like, "Hey, make us a horror film." And they forced him to shoot new stuff, and they turned it into a horror film. And as a horror film, it's, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not a good movie, but like it's very entertaining and a lot of fun and really good. And you can tell by watching it, though, that there was a film there originally that was like actually good at one point, before it got completely fucked. So yeah, there's that. Um, what else have we got going on here? Um, we got The Night Walker. This is a William Castle joint, about a woman who is haunted by recurring nightmares, which are connected to her late husband who died under mysterious circumstances. This is a really good, kind of creepy, nightmarish, psychological horror kind of film that sort of reminds me of Diabolique from 1955, which is a really great French psychological kind of mystery horror joint from the mid 50s. Really good stuff there. Um, yeah, good stuff. Just great stuff. Satan War. This is like a really interesting lo-fi, nightmarish, weird haunted house movie that is like broken to shit, and it's like only like 70 minutes long, and the movie itself is only 60 minutes long, and the last 10 minutes are like just kind of a documentary about like black magic. It's weird. um Dr. Terror's House of Horrors. This is a British Amicus anthology, I believe. A very solid Amicus anthology. Um, all the segments vary, but there's some very solid segments. There's a segment in here about a disgraced critic, um, who is okay, I don't remember, but I remember saying in my review that they should remake that as a feature and have it star Doug Walker. And honestly, that's all I really should have to say. Um, the Asphyx. This is a fucking amazing 70s horror film, early 70s. It's like a supernatural horror film. Very kind of bizarre, unique little movie. I don't even want to say too much about it. It's just about a guy attempting, like, doing experiments, um, in order to try and achieve, um, like, you know, a, like um proof in order to find proof of life after death, and use that, you know, to as a means to basically, exploit people, um or maybe not exploit people. I'm trying to say it without like spoiling it, because I feel like saying it outright is a spoiler. Either way, it's just about a guy trying to get like proof of the afterlife, but it's a very unique, and trying to get photos of ghosts specifically. But it's a very unique kind of film about that subject. It's not as boring as one might expect it to be. Um, We've got Race with the Devil from 75. This is a really great satanic cult movie. basically about two couples vacationing together in an RV, and they are terrorized by a satanic cult after they witness a satanic sacrifice one evening, and that, you know, uh, basically kind of just ruins the vibe, and uh, somebody has to pay because they attempt to narc on this cult, and nobody likes a narc. Um, I think I'm gonna cut it off here just because I'm feeling a little worn out. Uh, so we'll cut it off here, and we'll do a second part of this if this prototype setup that I'm gonna try and do here works pretty well. We shall see. Anyway, guys, let's hope it does. This is Biscuit Boo Horror Reviews signing off. Peace.